You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. Welcome to your dose of positivity for today, this week, or anytime you click on this video. I am Marlene of Marlene Motivates. And like I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to your dose of positivity for today. And today's topic is all about challenging yourself. When life gives you challenges, challenge life. I know that that's a new perspective because most people, when they're challenged, when something is happening to them, their first instinct is to either give up or push through. And for most people, they do not challenge themselves to do better, to be better, and to have a new perspective. Let's see who's in the chat. Hey, Robert Gant, how are you? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. And yes, hit the like button. It's very good for my analytics. I appreciate it. Hey, April Showers, good afternoon to you. Hope you are well. So let's get into this topic today, everybody, about challenging yourself. So the first point that I want to make about challenging yourself is challenge yourself to try something new or different. In today's society, a person who challenges the norm, they're scrutinized, they're looked at as strange or weird when they're the innovators. I always say, be the innovator, be the change that you want to see. If it's something that you don't like, well, find a way to make it different. Challenge yourself to be something that somebody looks up to. I know a lot of people, they like to follow what other people are doing, but be uniquely you. Be yourself. And I think that it's so important for people to appreciate themselves, for people to go through and believe in themselves. Because when you believe in yourself, that there is nothing that can stop you, there's no obstacle, there's nothing that meets you in life that you can't overcome. Because when you know yourself, when you love yourself, you're willing to challenge the boundaries in life. And most people do not challenge boundaries. When they see that it's a challenge for most people to overcome something, or when something is new, a lot of people, they pull back from it because they think, oh, something must be wrong with it because it's new. So don't be afraid to try something different. Try something new, to be different. You know, be different than society's norm, because that's what we need. We need people who are the innovators, the people who are willing to challenge society's norm. We need people who are willing to stand up for the things that they believe in. So challenge yourself to try something new. Challenge yourself to be a different individual. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to be different amongst a crowd of people who you could say amongst the sheep, you know, be the person who is going to stand out as the crowd, as a leader, as a strong individual. You have to stand up and stand out for the things that you believe in. You have to stand up and stand out for the things that you believe in. In today's society, when you stand up for the things that you believe in, sometimes you're bullied. Sometimes people won't like it because they don't like that you're different. People don't like when you're a person who has a strong personality, you're aggressive and you're going after the things that you want. It's nothing wrong with any of that. Don't be afraid to embrace your uniqueness. I say it all the time. Embrace who you are. Embrace your talent and don't be afraid to be different from other people. Don't be afraid. Hey Roxanne, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday to you. Don't be afraid to be different. Just don't. And this is a very important challenge for almost every individual. Challenge yourself to be better. Of course, you could go through your whole life being normal, never pushing the envelope, never questioning things. That's okay to do that. But challenge yourself to see things in yourself and then look at it and improve and be better. That's a challenge because when you have something about yourself, whether when it's not so good, when it's maybe something that is inhibiting your personal growth, it's inhibiting your financial growth, your spiritual growth. It's a challenge to want to change that because the majority of people don't want to challenge anything that is difficult. It has to be easy for them. So don't be afraid to push the envelope and say, this is hard. This is a challenge for me, but I can do it. I challenge you to be a better human being. I challenge you to be a better mother. I challenge you to be a better father. I challenge you to be a better auntie, cousin, friend, sister. I challenge you to be different from your ancestors, maybe the things that they did that you didn't like. Are you challenging yourself to not do those same things so you don't make a circle of pain? That's what I did in my life. I challenged myself to not be like my parents. And that's not in a bad way. I'm just saying, I challenged myself to not be a person to hold things in. I challenged myself to try even when the odds were stacked against me. I challenged myself to love myself. I challenged myself to get uncomfortable, to get comfortable in my life. See, that's a challenge. It is a challenge to get uncomfortable to be comfortable. And I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. Say, for example, your weight. You want to lose weight or you're trying to gain so that you can get some muscle tone. It's a challenge because it's easy to sit on the couch or just loafing around, not exercising, not eating a proper diet, not taking your supplements or your protein in certain things. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to change your norm. And what I say all the time, if something is not working, why continue to do it? If you see something is not working in your life, change it, shift it so that your life can be better. And it is a challenge. It is definitely a challenge to overcome obstacles that may be stacked against you, something that's uncomfortable for you to do, something that you've never done before. It's something new, and for you to learn something, or to be without certain people, or to step out on faith. All of these are hard things. They're all challenges, but it's possible. See, I want you to say that to yourself the next time a challenge or obstacle faces you or meets you and you're looking at it square in the eye. I want you to say to your challenge, it's possible. It's possible for you to have anything that you want. It's possible for you to overcome the things that maybe your ancestors did. It's possible for you to be a better individual. It's possible for you to grow financially. It's possible for you to gain wisdom and apply it. All of these things are possible and within our reach. Thank you so much, Robert. Appreciate that. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Yep, I do new things and some other things I've never done, but I don't want to do it by myself. Y- Day by day, Roxanne, just take it one day at a time and be proud of yourself. Hey, Nate, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, it's a challenge. It is a challenge to do better. It's a challenge to change certain things. It's a challenge to see things, look at yourself in the mirror and see when it's a problem. If something is stopping or inhibiting your progress in your life, what does that tell you? You need to change it. And nobody can do that for you but you. You have to see something that you don't like about your life and be willing to first accept this is not good, and then be willing to put in the work in order to get through on the other side. See, if you keep doing what you've always done, that's what you're always going to get. And we hear it all the time. I hear it all the time in mentorship. I want better. I want to get this and I want to get that. But you're not making any changes. See, change is involved, action. And if you want to do better, you got to challenge yourself and say, this is not going to be easy for me. Oh, thank you, Nate. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the money in the chat. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Welcome. It's so good to see you. Happy Wednesday to you. Yes, everybody, we have to challenge ourselves to be a better individual, be a better person. And I'm telling you, it's hard, it's uncomfortable, it could be embarrassing, especially if you have to start admitting some things about yourself that's not good. Admit it, admit it, and be you. Yes, thank you so much, Nate. Appreciate you. And of course, if anybody sees someone in the chat that they don't know, of course, head by there and check out some of their content. Now, now this is I find to be one of the most difficult things about this. Challenge yourself to have higher standards. Ooh, this is a whole word. This is a whole word. In among a society of people who are sheep, who have no standards, who have no morals, who are not trying to make any changes. It's hard to stand out. You're like a diamond in the rough. You're out there on your own, and it's okay. It's okay to be an innovator. It's okay to challenge yourself. It's okay to be a different individual. It's okay to have morals. It's okay to believe in yourself. It's okay to love yourself how you are for what you are. I challenge you to do better than you did yesterday. I challenge you to elevate your thinking. I challenge you to try and elevate your standards. And if something is not working, have higher standards. If you see something is not working and you keep doing the same thing, that's ignorance. It's ignorance. If it's not working, change it. Have a higher standard for yourself. Elevate your standards. Don't worry about other people and what they're doing. You have to do what works for you. Elevate your standards. Elevate it. Thank you so much, Robert. Appreciate it. Yes, and thank you everybody for the likes. I appreciate that so much. We have to elevate our standards. We have to. And if you don't elevate your standard, who is going to? Who is going to tell you have more faith in yourself? Who's going to tell you to be strong? Who's going to tell you to go after that bag? Who's going to tell you to not only think of a business for yourself, but to maintain it? Nobody. Nobody's going to get behind you and encourage you and keep patting you on the back. You got to do that for yourself. You got to have a higher standard. You got to get behind it with your action. It's not about starting, it's about continuing. Oh, come on, somebody. We're elevating the minds of my people here, of all you motivators. And I know you're motivated to want better and to do better, or you would not be here. But I challenge you to go past wanting. I want you to go past believing. And I want you to get into an action. How can I make what I want a reality? How can I bring this into fruition? How can I make this my day to day reality? It's about changing your thought processes. What did I used to think? But what do I think now? Is it something positive? Is it something feasible? Is it something that you can actually do? See, sometimes we may have these big hopes and dreams, but it's not something that is within our grasp. It's not something that is meant to be for us. And I'm not saying it to sound negative. I'm saying it because it's real. There's certain things that we are gifted to do and be, but it's not something that is good for us. So challenge yourself to meet yourself where you are and to celebrate it and be proud of it and stand in it and elevate it and be the best at whatever it is that you do. I want to put that out there. Don't just do things in your life. Do it to your highest level. Do it with 100% of you. Do it to your 100% capacity. You have the capacity for excellence. I love to tell people that when I mentor them. You have the capacity for excellence. So don't settle for the mundane, the ordinary. Elevate your own standards. Challenge yourself to have higher standards, to have better. Challenge yourself to think better about yourself. Challenge yourself to have a higher circle of people, because when you are around people and they have higher standards and they're doing better, it makes you look at yourself. Oh, look what they're doing. And not to be envious or jealous of them, but you're like, they're doing their thing and I need to do mine. So I want you to get on that elevation plane and to see others doing better because they're in your circle. And I want you to elevate yourself too. Have a higher thinking for yourself. Believe that you can do things. And I know about life. Life is very challenging and it will beat you up and eat you alive if you're not strong. So continue to be strong. Continue to go after your dreams. It's not about how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up. And every time you get up stronger and say, that didn't break me. That didn't break me. I know things were trying to break me. I know people are trying to break me. Don't give people the right to look at you and say, look, I knew you would give up. That's what a lot of people will do, especially people who you think are on your side and on your team. Those are the main ones. Watch out. Watch out. Those are the main people, the ones that you think are your ride or your dies, the ones that you think are your friends, and especially in the name of family. You think they're on your side because they're saying they love you and they care about you. See, words are just that. They're just words. It's about the action. How do they treat you? How do they make you feel? How do they support you? In what ways? We have to be smart enough to not only go by the words, but go by the actions of other people. See, love is an action thing. Love is an action thing. Yes. Yes, it's about encouragement, Robert. I always say it's so much easier to be kind to each other. It's so much easier to be kind. It takes a lot less to be kind. It takes so much more to be nasty and resentful and make up lies and gossip about people when we could heal the hearts of other people. What if we would look at another person and say something kind, say something nice? And I understand, not everybody's going to be your cup of tea, but I mean, for the most part, are you an encouraging person? And my mom always told me this: if you are not adding to someone's life, you are subtracting. If you are not adding to someone's life, you are subtracting. So don't be a part of the statistic of being a challenge, being a person to cause people pain and mental anguish. Encourage each other. If you want me to break it down all the way, we are all brothers and sisters. We are all brothers and sisters. So encourage your brother or sister today. Make somebody feel good. Support them. I challenge you to be a supportive person. Hey, Donna, just being real. We got a mod in the house. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday to you. Hey, Liz. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for coming through. Appreciate you. And that's why I say it's a challenge. It's a challenge to have higher standards. It's a challenge to want to be better. It's definitely a challenge. But I challenge you to have a higher thought process. I challenge you to use your intelligence. I challenge you to shift whatever you don't like about your life out. It's about the elevated thinking. It's about your personal enlightenment. See, you have to choose to be enlightened. You have to choose to take whatever is in your mind and let it come to fruition. Let it be your reality. I always say that. You got to let what is in your mind, you got to let what is your thinking show up in your reality. Let your dreams become your reality. And to do that, sometimes, we got to challenge ourselves to forgive. And that's not an easy thing, because I'll tell you, sometimes people say the rudest things, the meanest things, they will backstab you and it will cause you so much pain and anguish. No, it's not easy to forgive, but you got to challenge yourself to forgive, because it's definitely a challenge. Because we think a lot of times that, you may be right in it, that they don't deserve to be forgiven. They don't deserve it for what they do. But you got to forgive other people for you. When you stop forgiving, it blocks your amount of forgiveness as well. So forgive other people. And also, I challenge you to forgive yourself. A lot of times it may be easier for you to forgive other people, but it's hard for you to forgive yourself. We may be tough on ourselves, tell ourselves, oh, and you don't do this right, and you don't do that right. And why did you ever do that 5 years ago or a month ago? Why did you make that decision? So I challenge you to stop doing that. I challenge you to say, we're going to learn and we're not going to keep beating up ourselves. See, that's a motivated thinking. That's an enlightened thought that most don't have. I challenge you to stop bringing up the past. Say, we're learning and we're growing and we're forgiving, but we're not going to stand still. See, I challenge you to have those thought processes. I challenge you to not be like other people. I challenge you to not be bitter. I challenge you to not gossip. I challenge you to be a better individual than maybe other people that you grew up with. And that is a challenge because if all you have seen from your youth was toxicity, negativity, it may be a challenge to have positive thoughts because you don't know how to do that. But start every day with your thought of the day. Say, I am grateful that I'm here. Today, I'm going to make a positive impact on this world. Today, I'm going to smile. It's about shifting. And then I'm telling you, the more that you put out positivity and light, gratitude and kindness, that is what you're going to get back. Yeah, it's not going to be from everybody, but the more good you put out is the more good you will receive. Yes. Hey, Papa, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to everybody in the chat. Happy Wednesday to you all. Yes, positive vibes, and you will get positive results always. And this is my last point because I gotta head over to my blog channel because it's Chit Chat Wednesday over there. So I'm going to end with this point. Challenge yourself to love and to not hate. Hmm. We see people sometimes, and because of their personality, because of what somebody else does, it may be a challenge for you to love them. And some people, they're challenging to love. Some people are challenging to be around because of their personality, maybe things that they've done in the past. But just as we want forgiveness as people, you have to give the same thing. You can't expect to be forgiven. You can't expect to be loved. You can't expect to grow and to not forgive and to heal. And it's a challenge. And I challenge you to love yourself. I challenge you to love those who hurt you. I challenge you to do that. If more people would do this, this world would be a completely different world if people put out more love than hate. It's easy to hate people. It's easy if somebody is different. It's easy if somebody does certain things. It's easy to hate them. But I challenge you to get to the bottom of it. Why do you hate certain people? Hmm. Is it because of what maybe your parents said or other people said? Or is it because of a wrong action? Now, it's a different thing. There are certain things that you should hate, you know, injustice. There's certain things that, yes, you hate those things, but hating people just because of a certain See, I challenge you to be different than other people. I challenge you to be loving. I challenge you to do that. Yeah, we don't know why we disagree with something or someone in the first place. Yeah, and we have to question the reason why. Why do I question? Why do I dislike this person? Especially when they have done nothing wrong to us. We have to get to the bottom of why we may hate somebody and find out why we hate, because it's not good to hate other people. It's not good. It will eat you alive inside. It will cause you to have all kinds of illnesses. It may even start some disease. I've read some things about that. Having hatred for other people, it can cause your health to decline. So be careful about how you are casting your energy, and the actions, how you treat other people. I'm telling you, what you do, it comes back to you. It's a boomerang. I've always said that my entire life. Life is a boomerang. So if you keep being nasty and mean to other people, one day that boomerang is going to come back and it is going to smack you clear in the head, in clear in the gut. It's going to affect your heart. Like somebody is going to break your heart and do things. So be careful of what you do, because when it's your turn for things to come back to you, don't you want things to come back to you in a good way? Don't you want to get blessings poured onto you? I know I do. I try my best to do the right thing. I try my best to be kind, especially when I don't have to, especially when people don't deserve my kindness. I still choose to be kind anyways, even when somebody is doing something wrong. Just just kindly say, it's my time, it's my time. It's time for me to go. It's all about choices that we make every single day. So make a choice to do better. Maybe before you would do things in anger and just lash out, but you got to understand that one poor decision is going to affect the rest of your life. You can have one angry outburst and see yourself in prison for the rest of your life. One bad decision, and you could, like, get in a car accident. You could lose your job, lose your retirement, cause your family to turn their back on you. It's very important to think before you act, and a lot of people don't do that. And I understand a lot of people won't do that, but it's about your actions. So that's what I wanted to talk to you all about today, and tell you all that you all are awesome. I believe in each of you. You are motivated for change. And I challenge you to challenge yourself, to elevate your thinking, to try something new. I challenge you to challenge yourself to be better, better than you used to be, better than people in your past. You have a divine right for success. Challenge yourself to have higher standards. Challenge yourself to forgive, and challenge yourself to love and not hate. See, it's what you're putting out there in the atmosphere is what you're going to get back. And don't we want blessings to come back to us? Don't we want an overflow? Don't we want abundance? Don't we want more joy? So give others joy, and you're going to get joy. It's a full circle. It all comes back. It all comes back to one. And it begins and it ends with you. It begins and ends with you. Yes, it's about your reaction to things. How do you react? See, I always say, people always say, it's about, how you treat others. And yes, that is true. But it's what you other people are doing too as well. So you have to learn to stop trying to be controlling of other people. Stop judging other people. See, a lot of times we think we know what somebody is going through, and you have no idea. You have no idea what that person has going on behind closed doors. What does it take for us as human beings to give somebody a smile, to tell somebody, have a great day, instead of being nasty or looking at them and judging them by the way they look, by the way they talk, by how much money they have, by their present circumstance? You don't know the reason why that happened to somebody. Some people just fall on hard times. And it's not our position. It's not our position in life. If you can't help somebody, you're hurting them. And like my mom always said, if you're not adding to someone's life, you're subtracting. So don't subtract from others. Help others. Each one teach one. Thank you all so much for joining me today for this dose of positivity. And of course, do hit the like, do subscribe, and comment. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you for your support. And I'm heading over to Life with Marlene, and we're going to do a very important topic. So head on over there. I appreciate all of you support. And I got membership over here. So join my channel membership. I will be back at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time for a live, for a shout out for my members. Shout out to the members for the Love Channel Member Show for June of 2020 at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. I will see you guys back over here on this channel. But in the meantime, I'm heading over to Life with Marlene, the vlog channel, and we got a topic. So I will see you guys there. And I encourage you. Yes, Robert, thank you so much. Hey, Wellness, just about to head out. Appreciate you for stopping by. And like I always say, every single video, live stream, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, oh.